Hello Instafam, very good evening. I'm Shilpa, moderator for this session. Today our topic of discussion is life at IIMs, and the agenda for today's session will be how to get into IIM MBA program and selection process, cutoff. We will also discuss about campus life, placement and opportunities, MBA at IIM versus other colleges. If you have any queries, feel free to send them in the Q&A box or in the chat box, and I will try my best to take up all your queries. Well, just give me a minute and let me add our today's student expert, though I have sent an invitation to him. And for your information, this session immediately will be uploaded on Shiksha Instagram handle after this live session gets over and on our YouTube channel as well. So don't forget to follow us on both. So even after the webinar or this session, you can post your queries in the comment section or you can DM us. So here he is. We have Mayank with us. Well, you are currently a post-graduation program student, second year student at IIM Bangalore. I heartily welcome you, Mayank.
Thank you.
And we would like to know more about you, about your professional journey, about your educational journey. If you could just give a sneak peek to it.
Okay, so before coming to IIM, I did my engineering from Jadavpur University in electronics and telecommunication. And after that, I worked at Samsung Semiconductor Research and Development for 3 years. And then I came to IIM Bangalore.
Thank you for letting us know about you, Mayank. So Mayank, the moment we open up registration for your session, we received several questions. And Shiksha is dedicated to cater all the needs of the students. So I'll just quickly start taking up questions we have received through registration. Okay?
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So the first one, we have a question from Dipanshi Lokhan, and she's asking how to get into IIM Bangalore.
So that's a pretty much forward question. You just have to take CAT, you have to clear the interview, and yeah, so that's it. But you have to get that required cutoff. So that's the tough part.
So Mayank, we will discuss about the cutoff a bit, but as you said that we need to clear CAT examination to get into any of the IIM. So we have received a question, follow-up question you can say, from Ketan, Mohammed and Aditya. They both, they both have the same question. How about how we can crack CAT and PI? Any tips on that?
So I'll start with CAT. So CAT is an exam more of practice and strategy rather than concepts. So you have to have, by the time of CAT, by the time you take CAT, you have to have a clear strategy in mind, which suits you best and which gives you, maximum time for and minimum time to solve each questions. So that's the main thing. And so you have to have practice for each and every section. So there are 3 sections basically, and for each section you have to have specific strategy how to tackle that, because all sections are different. And so that is about CAT. And about PI, so I think it's about, you have to know each and everything about your surroundings. Like knowing as much things will help, but more things, like more about the things that are around you. Okay, so like where did you, your birthplace, where did you study, where did you work, and everything about it. Like, even the country where the company that you have worked, where it is centered at, where is the headquarters and what is going on in that country. So that level of knowledge, I think that should be enough for PIs.
So Mayank, I can see one question which is related to the time management. If you could just share your experience, how you worked on the time management skill while preparing for the CAT examination.
So I was working actually when I was preparing for CAT. So basically, I used to try, as much time as I can find to solve the questions and study further. So basically, like my job, though it was flexible, I myself fixed it that I will do only, like certain time only. So basically, for me, that was 9 to 6. And after that, I used to study. Like I used to wake up early around 6 and then study for 1.5 or 2 hours. And then after logging off from the work. So basically, and that's how like I used to get usually 4 to 5 hours in a day.
That means,
And
Mayank, you
yeah,
had to put more efforts.
like I couldn't hear you. Could you please repeat?
Am I audible to you? I'm saying that means you had to put more efforts as compared to the other students. And that's the same scenario with the people who are
Um,
working and simultaneously preparing for the CAT exam.
yeah, like when you are working, you definitely have lesser time. So you have to like find like the effort is in finding time when to study and when not to, because more often than not you will be so tired with work that you wouldn't want to study. But like those are the times if you
Hmm.
put effort in the right direction, then it will be really helpful.
Okay. Thank you for answering that, Mayank. Next up, we have a question from Femal Francis, and he's asking, can an average student crack IIM examination?
Well, to
Am
answer
I
your
audible to
question,
you?
crack
Do you want
IIM
me to
exam.
repeat it?
No, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Like to rephrase that question, like I mean, IIM exam, there is one exam CAT, and definitely anybody can crack that. Now, getting admission into IIMs, that is a different part. So for that, you have to have, like your pass should be also favorable, because there are students
Oh,
who like get 99.19 percentile in CAT, but didn't get called for IIM ABC, and the reason was like they didn't have good academics. So yeah, I mean, definitely there is a caveat there. So yeah, you'll have to think about that.
so Mayank,
Yeah, so,
we still need you to answer this question. Nishant is asking, do you get time to party?
well, Nishant better knows. He's also with me at IIM. So
Oh,
yeah, we do definitely.
but
We
still
do
we
get time to.
all want to know it. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
So I can see a few more questions in the question box, and let me pin it. How did you balance personal life and academic life?
well,
I know that could be then, huh?
very much as Nikhil himself did. Okay. Anyway, like I'll answer the question. So thing is like you have to prioritize. You have to decide the things or in order of the things in which you want to do. So whatever is important for you. Like few people want to play, few people want to study. Like Nikhil himself is a really great example. He is a footballer. He plays football and then does good in studies as well. So
Okay. And next up, we have a question from Lucky Bajaj. I hope now you can see that question. Is there any integrated MBA at IIM?
no, not yet.
So next up, we have a question from Venkatesh, and he's asking, can you give me the profile details and how to build a profile to get selected for IIM and to have a better life after IIM?
Well, those two are completely different questions. Before IIM and after IIM, because IIM gives weightage to only few factors. One would be like your extracurriculars, your 10th, 12th marks, your graduation marks, and your work experience. So these are the like fixed things, and maybe and obviously diversity criteria. So these are the fixed things which IIM admission committee pays attention to. And after IIM, that depends on the company where you're working. So for that, actually, like what exactly is required, like, nobody knows. But yeah, there are general consensus about things like, again, the same things. Your past academics, it should be really good, and again, here also, the past field in which you have worked upon. So that should be relevant to the company you are targeting, you know. So that is one thing. So yeah, again, mostly it's the again what you have done in your life, and to build, yeah, you can obviously do some courses and all, but the main things that matter, suppose like there are sector specific things such as like CFA and all. So if you want to go to finance, so better do that, because that is going to add a huge weightage to your CV. So, yeah, pretty much that.
Mayank, if you have any idea regarding the IIM cutoff, especially this question is for the non-engineers. Anchit is asking a new IIM cutoff for a non-engineer. Okay. Any idea on that?
Uh, So cutoff again, it's different for different people. You know, they are engineers, they are non-engineers, they are people from let's say freshers and with work experience, and everything has some weightage. So if you can check out actually admission criteria for each of the colleges, and you can see what is the weightage given to specific components. And definitely, I mean, like one thing I would like to say here is that like don't look for cutoffs, aim for the highest that you can do. So that would be the best strategy at this point.
Okay. Mayank, even I was in a college, and even you are still in a college. So we have a lot of things to do. We have extracurricular activities to do. We have our personal life. We have our college life. We have assignments to do. So that make us stress in a way. We have some dissertations to do. So I can relate this question to all of us. Gauri Jangam has this question. How do you handle stress?
Well, again, I would like to say pretty much same as Gauri does. She again is my classmate here. But yeah, I mean, again, you have to prioritize and obviously you have to party. So it's like when you have to work it off. When you get leisure, party, hang out with friends. So that's how you, yeah. And the thing is like the campus facilitates everything. Like if you just try to find, you can find everything here.
Okay, so the next up is IIM Bangalore, a wheelchair-friendly campus. I would say does they have the ideology in the inclusive education?
Yes, they have, and it is a wheelchair-friendly campus.
Okay, and till now all the questions in the comment we have taken and answered. So next up we are taking questions which registered students have shared across. Why have you chosen IIM to pursue MBA? Akash has this question.
Well, I would say like I had to do MBA to start with, and definitely IIM is the best in India. So for me, the competition were colleges outside India, which are good in rankings, but my personal choice was like I have to stay in India, so that's why IIM was the obvious choice. And again, so there is one more ISB that is like a really good college, but again for that the selection process was through GMAT. And in India, like if like for me it was clear that I have to stay in India only, so through GMAT that was the only option, and that was a bigger gamble. So I took CAT and I came to IIM because like even if target the topmost colleges, then I had three colleges A, B or C. So that's why IIM.
I think we are discussing too much serious thing, and Nishant for sure is bringing up some creativity to this session. How is the food at IIM Bangalore? Just tell us that.
Well, I would say, I mean, initially it's good, really good. But again, mess is mess, as one of my friends says. So, like, after some time, you get bored of it. And again, I would really like Nishant because he is in the like hostel and mess committee. So, if he can do something to make it more interesting every time.
Adding to this, can we have a sneak peek to your hostel life? How is it? How friendly is it to the newcomer?
It is very much friendly because like when you come, you have your PGP seniors, immediate seniors to guide you. So like we also have this Mitra program, Mitra society. So one senior is assigned to you for like any kind of help that you have that you want need in this campus. So I think it is very much friendly. Yeah, and it's just that like and one thing that nobody would know your problems if you don't communicate it. So if you ask it, then you will get help, definitely, and much more than what you need.
Got it. Got it. Thank you for answering that, Mayank. Next up, we have a question from Harshil, and he's asking about IIM fees. Is there any option to do part payment? Can you just share some guidance on this?
Payment, no, and fees is 25 lakhs right now, and it keeps I think changing year by year. And yeah, like but you get loans very easily and at really cheap interest rates. So much so cheap interest rate, like you can invest your savings and then take a loan. Still, you would be making money on that. So interest rate is quite cheap. So
I hope, Harshil, you got the answer of your question. Next up, we have a question from Anshika, and she's asking, tell us about life at IIM. We want to have an insider's view to it. You are an IIM student, so you can just share more details on this.
Again, life as IIM, like, is the way you would want you to have it, because there are people who like to work. They are, they would attend classes, then they would study till like late night, again get up in the morning, and then again, get up with their work. And then there are people who balance it, with sports, with extracurriculars and all. So I mean, it's, again, I would repeat myself, it's like, how would you want you to have it? There are avenues for every kind of thing here at campus. There are like there are sports, there is sport complex, there is library, really big library with lots and lots of books, and then you would find really great peers from whom you can learn. So the batch is, again, like really great with diversified people.
Well, next up we have a question from Vivek. विवेक ही इज फ्रॉम बिहार और उनका प्रश्न है, ये हिंदी में उन्होंने पूछा है, सो मैं मयंक रिक्वेस्ट करूंगी कि आप भी हिंदी में ही रिप्लाई करें. उनका प्रश्न ये है कि अगर आपसे पूछा जाए कि आपको कुछ ऐसी चीजें, कुछ ऐसे पॉइंटर्स जो आपको पहले पता होते तो आपका एक्सपीरियंस आईआईएम में ज्यादा बेटर होता.
So one thing would be, okay, so sorry for, okay, so like, लोग यहाँ ऐसा सोचकर आते हैं कि यहाँ से हमारे लिए सारे फील्ड्स खुले होंगे, बट एक्चुअली में ऐसा नहीं है. सो आप जिस फील्ड में जाना चाहते हो, वो मतलब बहुत मैटर करता है उस चीज में, like, आपके चांसेस उस फील्ड में जाने के, कि पास्ट आपका, मतलब आप पास्ट में आपने क्या किया है. जैसे कि अभी ऐसा ट्रेंड चल रहा है कि इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंकिंग, उसमें वो लोग सिर्फ चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स को ही लेते हैं. ऐसा मतलब ट्रेंड चल रहा है. आई वोंट, मतलब मैं ऐसा नहीं कहूंगा कि दैट इज द रूल नाउ, बट वो वैसा ट्रेंड है अभी. सो वैसी चीजें कि मतलब अगर आए के प्रोस्पेक्टिव जो आपने पहले किया है वो अगर पता रहे तो आप पहले से उसके लिए प्रिपेयर्ड रह सकते हो. वो चीज है. दूसरी की मतलब डेफिनेटली योर मार्क्स, मतलब वो मैटर करता है ना. बहुत बार मतलब लोगों को लगता है मार्क्स मैटर नहीं करता, यहाँ आगे तो भी क्या, हम दूसरी दूसरी चीजें भी कर सकते हैं, बट नहीं, मार्क्स डेफिनेटली मैटर करता है. वो है. और हाँ, सो ये दो चीजें हैं मोस्टली जो कि वो. और हाँ, बैलेंसिंग, कि मतलब यहाँ इतनी सारी चीजें हो रही होती है आसपास, कि अगर आप कोई एक चीज कर रहे हो तो इसका मतलब आप बाकी की 3-4 चीजें नहीं कर रहे हो. सो वो खुद से डिसाइड करना पड़ता है कि आपको क्या करना है, क्या नहीं करना है ना. और उसमें भी मतलब जो चीजें हैं जो आपके लिए जरूरी हैं, क्या क्या चीजें एक्चुअली जरूरी है, लाइक ऑब्जेक्टिवली नॉट सब्जेक्टिवली, मतलब खास, मतलब स्पेसिफिकली आपके लिए क्या चीजें जरूरी हैं, और मतलब इन जनरल क्या चीजें ज्यादा जरूरी हैं, उसका अगर पता रहता है कि क्या क्या ऐसे है, तो मतलब मैं इसके लिए बेटर प्रिपेयर्ड रहता.
I hope, Mayank, even you can see this question. What is your CGPA at IIMB? Akruti, I feel that asking CGP of Mayank will not help us to fetch any information. Rather, I would like to rephrase this question and I want to ask you if marks matters a lot in IIM. Okay, I can see you smiling. That means that's one of your colleague, I feel. Okay, so if marks matters that much, even you said that marks matters a lot in IIM. So what are CGPA throughout our academic session that will have the better impact in our future?
Again, so I would say, like, the marking scheme here in the courses design is designed such that you have to work at every front. Okay, so there are components which have greater weightage, so you'd have to put more pressure to them, so that you're like, in large chunk you get better marks. You can let go of smaller components, but yeah, so basically you have to decide what are the components, and you have to put, and it really helps when you are strong in something, and then you can, like, you need to focus only on the other things. Okay, so yeah, so that is how it works basically. So basically, you have to, I mean, give time to it. That's it. That's the only thing. If you want to have good CGPA, then you have to, you know, put more and more times in your study.
I have a follow-up question on what you said, but I'll be asking it later. Before that, I'm taking a question. Sagnik Ganguly want to ask you. Am I audible to you?
Yeah.
Mayank, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So Sagnik Ganguly wants to ask you what kind of profile and skills can land someone a job at a top consulting company like MBB?
Well, I would say everything good that you can think of. Like 999 in your 10th 12th grad, gold medals, extracurricular sports awards, anything that you can gather, the best in that, like anything that you can gather. That's all I would say.
But Mayank, isn't it contradictory? You said that even it's unfortunately in our country we do categorize average student, top performers, and so on. But you said that even an average student can clear IIM. So I think the statement you just said it's quite contradictory. I would request you to justify it.
Yes. Like, again, those are completely two different things. He asked about MBB and getting into IIM. So those are completely two different things. That's only how I can justify.
Okay. Okay. So let's quickly take another question. Krati and Faizan, they both have a similar question. I don't have work experience. What are the chances that I get admission to IIM?
Well, you have total chance, 100% chances. Like, I mean, there are many freshers again, like with me. So you have, like, again, I would say the only thing that would matter here is what kind of effort you are ready to put in. So
Okay. Next up, we have a question from Vaishnavi Thota, and she's asking a better option among bank exam and MBA at state colleges. I mean, she's asking, should I go for the bank examination or should I just pursue MBA from any state college?
well, to answer her question, like, I don't know why she is limiting herself to this only. I mean, bank exams and MBA at state colleges. I would say rather expand your horizons and think broad. Yeah. And among those better options, if you are asking specific of those two, then I don't think I'm the right person to answer that.
Right, I agree. Okay. So next up, we have a question from Richa Kushwaha, and she's asking, how is the placement at IIM? And what, according to you, would be the suggestion for the people who are appearing for interviews?
Okay, so placement is great. To answer that, it's really great. The best you can get at any college, like at best colleges in India, it is at par to that, definitely. And strategy to crack any interview, so that depends. That completely depends to what sector you are interviewing. Whether it is consulting, it's marketing, it's general management, it's finance. So there's different strategy for different sectors, and I think delving deep into that is would be out of the scope of this session. So yeah.
Next up, we have a question from Hari, and he's asking, what is the IIM minimum and maximum package?
Again, Hari, I would suggest that don't look at minimum maximum. If you have studied statistics, then you would know that minimum maximum is known as outliers. We shouldn't pay much attention to them. And there are high chances that people don't fall into that minimum maximum. So better it is, again, like look for averages and median, and yeah, averages and mean and median, basically those matter most. Okay. So and
Okay.
like minimum I don't know, but maximum definitely would be in crores. That's what I say.
Okay. Well, next up, we have a question from Soumya, and she's asking, do you think the IIM, LSR, or SRCC, that means they are the colleges of Delhi University, such tags gives you privilege in your CV screening and placement?
Yes, it does. That's
Okay.
well, yes, it does.
Now we would like to understand, because we are going to compare MBA at IIM or the other top B school.
Okay, again, since I haven't spent time at any other top B school, so I don't think I can answer that question in a
But
good
you
way.
might have friends in other colleges as well.
Yes, yes, I have. So again, like in top IIMs, in I think IIM ABC or even Lucknow, Kozhikode and Indore, I don't think it's much different because the campuses are really great. And you have like all the facilities there. The only thing different is the specific location weather. You know, like Bangalore, the weather is good, and so yeah, that's much about it. I don't think there's much difference among this.
Okay, next up we again have a comparison question. Old IIM versus new IIM.
Old IIMs any day
Why?
because like uh definitely two things. One again would be reputation. Second would be alumni base. And definitely, if you see the rankings in which the companies order, like the recruiters order, the institutes, it's old IIMs at the top. So definitely old IIMs any day. Again, depending on the cutoff and all, also you would have seen that cutoff definitely goes high for old IIMs. So there's a reason behind that.
So, Mayank, if I'll talk about the faculties and the students' interaction, is it easy to approach faculties there? How is the environment overall?
To approach a faculty, like I mean, you can mail them anytime you want, and they would reply you the first at earliest. So it's like really great. You can approach any faculty, any like just write a mail to them, or even if they are available, then just go and meet them. So that thing is like a really, I like that and really great here.
Okay, one more question I can see. The question is like, what IIM teaches which makes you a better professional than others?
So better professional than others. So it's like again, I mean, I would say the management, your personal management skills. How you juggle between tasks, how despite having having myriad of things, you excel at some, or you have or you mostly it's like you become like jack of all trades. So that's the kind of thing, and also being master at some. So that is it. So basically you are put through so many things that at the end of the day you are ready to take any kind of challenge.
Okay. I'll quickly take few more questions and then we'll be winding up this session for today. So guys, if you have any questions, feel free to send your questions either in the comment box or in the Q&A box, and I will take those questions quickly. Next up, we have a question from Rooney, and she's asking, is there any way to get into MBA course without clearing any entrance examination?
Unfortunately, but no.
Okay, one has to do hard work to get into MBA or any professional courses as such. Okay, now it's time to take question which I have pinned here. And Nishant wants to ask you, what's the best thing about IIM Bangalore, according to you?
uh, I think for me it would be the place and people. The campus is
Hmm.
real, and the people again. Nishanti himself is a great personality.
So, Mayank, during this session, do you think that we have missed out on any point? Then I'm just keeping this platform open to you and to all the people. You can just ask question to Mayank, and even you can share information if you want to.
So one thing I would like to say here is like gather as much information as you can, about anything, everything, and just ask people, just approach people. That really helps. You are not alone in this. Again, whatever stage you are, you are not alone. There are many people along with you, so there's no there should not be any hesitation in asking questions. No question is silly enough to be asked, to not to
Hmm.
be. That's the thing.
Okay. And Mayank, one more thing. If I'll talk about the IIM's alumni, do your college conducts any alumni meet to let you guys network with them?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Like there are very like
Do you
many.
see?
So we have alumni committee who specifically takes care of this. So yeah, like there are various avenues of connecting to alumni.
Okay. Okay. And also, are you a part of any society?
I am actually part of operations management club.
Okay. And let's say if I'm a student and I want to be the part of any of the society at IIM, what I have to do?
So basically, there is a selection process that mostly happens during last thing around November December in your first year only. So just go through that process. There is like some initial tasks that you have to do, and then there is interview. So basically, it's 2 rounds, and then you are selected based on the performance of those.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you, Maya, for being with us. It's time for us to wrap up our session for today. And thank you for answering all the doubts.
Yeah, welcome. No issues.
And thank you, viewers, for being with us and raising such relevant questions and quirky one too. And we shall come up with a new session soon. And even after the webinar, you can post your queries on Shiksha website, www.shiksha.com, or in the comment section after this live session will be posted on Shiksha Instagram handle. Moreover, you can direct message us. Till then, take care and keep dreaming high. I'm Shilpa signing off. Thank you.